Hey, today we're going to talk about school lunches that are super simple and easy for busy parents. Come along with us.
The Lindsey Coralee Show, not long ago. We're vet techs now retired. The Lindsey Coralee Show, and now they go to what the F that they desire. The fabric snobs, but they're not snobs. Just fabric tends to rouse them. The Lindsey Coralee Show, they like to sew. There's nothing cool about them.
Welcome to the Lindsey Coralee Show. I'm Lindsey.
And I'm Coralee. Today we're here talking about school lunches because it's my busiest time of my day and my biggest headache. So we're hoping we can have some quick solutions for you and for us.
I mean, who doesn't dislike making school lunches? It's every day and it's a lot. And we hope that we've been able to come up with some ideas that can make your mornings go a little bit smoother. So let's dive right in.
Okay. So we realized that we needed to find some important things and some common ground as we were packing lunches. And in our office discussion, we came up with some solutions.
Yeah, we realized that we have two different methods, but we kind of end up at the same place in the end. We just do it a little bit differently, which is fine, because whatever works best for your family. She has a lot more teenagers than I do, because I have 0 teenagers right now. So our solutions have to be a little bit different. But we have the same values that we want to give in our kids' lunches every day, and it's to have a protein, a carb, some veggies, and some fruit, and maybe a snack.
Yep.
So
Something fun.
something fun. So
We also wanted them to have free choice and variety. We liked that the kids can choose what they want and have some options. So these are our options for you. So without further ado, why don't you show your solution, Lindsey?
Sure. I love bento containers. I just try to avoid having packages and like disposable Ziploc baggies and that sort of thing. So I found these actually at Walmart, and they're so affordable. I've bought some bentos that are like $30, $40, $50, and these are the best that I've found for a few reasons. So they have a really easy little snap here that's easy for the kids to open. You want to make sure your kids can actually open their containers. It has a lot of removable options, so it has this tray and this tray, and it also comes with a little container that you can use for dips or yogurt or applesauce or anything that you don't want to buy individually packed. It's a little bit cheaper to package your own if you want to make pudding at home instead of buying the individual cups. You can just toss it in here.
Yogurt in the bulk size instead of buying those little wastable, recyclable containers.
Yeah, and this I think is $10 at Walmart. Do not buy it on Amazon because they have jacked the price up. We looked before we made this video. You can buy it on walmart.ca and probably .com. I haven't checked in the US, but
I had a couple questions for Lindsey because I've always admired these and couldn't stand the idea of spending $50 on a bento container. And she told me that they were like $10 and I couldn't believe it. So I think they're on my shopping list for the school year. We also noticed that they come in multiple colors, so you could assign your child or yourself a color, so they're responsible for that color all year. So you know who's losing your containers, because that's a huge thing at my house.
or losing your pieces.
Yes.
I know my son Maze, we're missing this part of his container, so it's probably somewhere at the school. And this is great. My son Talat is almost 9 years old, and so he eats like almost an adult portion now. And I find this does like hold enough food for him. But if you need a little bit more food, they have a little bit bigger of a container that's only $13, I think, and it has the same compartments. This one can go both ways actually. You can have it upside down, or you can have it this way to have, if you want like a sandwich that's higher, or if you want 2 levels, you can just flip it. And then it has the same little container here, and it has these little compartments on this side that can hold things, but you can also just take this lid off if you want. So everything is really configurable. It's called Sistema Bento Box. So, and this one is this one's the 1.7 liter. I think this one's the 1.6 something liter one, but yeah. So we will show them packed very shortly and how we will have the lunch packed.
Yeah, and that was my other beef with bento containers was, would they fill up myself or my teenagers because I've only seen them in these teeny tiny things.
And they're often like the fancy ones that are like pretty, that have nice designs on the inside, are like this thin. So if you want to put like, if you want to send a yogurt like cup, or if you want to send a pudding cup or whatever, it doesn't fit. You can't close the container, and then you need to put it just loose in the bag. And I find my kids like step on their bags, or they just don't realize that the yogurt's in their bags, even though I tell them.
Exploded
so it's
yogurt
nice to
tubes.
have everything in one container so their homework and everything isn't getting ruined.
Awesome.
Yeah,
All right, you want to pass me mine?
sure.
So in my house, we have two issues. We have self-control, and we have multiple children. So I didn't want
How many kids do you have again, Coralee?
6. I have 6 kids, and 4 are teenagers, and I didn't want my one child who likes all the wrap snacks to eat them all and no one have them. So I bought these containers at Dollarama, and I think they were $2 a piece. I like that they're clear so we can see what's in them but when we open the fridge. I have a secondary fridge to keep them in, and I wrote their names on the bin, and we each have one, including my husband, Dalen, and myself. So then it's incentive on shopping day that we all bring in what I have bought, and that helps me out. And then we get our wrap snacks out and fill our box for the week. So we put one wrap snack for each day, and then we also put in fruit, cut up vegetables, hard-boiled eggs, things like that for our snacks, for school, and even for our days at home. And then you can eat them all on the first day and have carrot sticks for the rest of the week, or that you can learn self-control yourself. So that's really helped our family.
Awesome. One of our biggest struggles last year was just repetitive lunches and making the same thing day after day for the kids. We have come up with some more options of things that our kids like to make it a little bit easier and make sure they're getting all their nutrients and a little bit of variety.
And that it would be minimal ingredients so we can do it all week long and
Yeah.
try it out. And then they can have a variety of fruits and vegetables so it's not the same thing every day.
And also something you can make ahead so it's not going to get soggy or anything like a sandwich that sometimes if you make a sandwich ahead of time it's not great
Yeah.
the next day. But these things are, some of them you can freeze and just pull out of the freezer when you need them. And some of them you can refrigerate for the week, so.
And they can even, some of them can be for breakfast if
Yeah.
they need.
So it's great. It's all about saving time, making your mornings easier, because I know getting kids up, getting them out the door, getting yourself fed, them fed, and getting lunches is a lot for a morning. So whatever you can do ahead of time to prep is just
Awesome.
awesome.
Okay.
So let's dive in. Let's pack. So we're going to take this bento here. Instead of buying the prepackaged meat, cheese, and crackers, you can just cut up some Cuba sauce, some cheese, and some crackers. My one son actually doesn't like cheese, so we just send the Cuba sauce and the crackers with him. And they get milk at school every day, so they're getting in their dairy products. So all I do is just stack them in the bottom half like this. And then you can throw this on top. And then I'll take these out because we're not going to use them today. And then I'm going to take carrot sticks. They're his favorite. Fill this compartment with carrot sticks. Fill that right up. And then take a granola bar or homemade cookie or muffin or whatever you want. Toss it in there. And there you go. One lunch packed. Simple as that. So, what else could you put instead of the crackers and Cuba sauce and cheese?
So we came up with some main ideas to start off with: deviled eggs, quiche, both of those could be frozen,
Yeah.
and pigs in a blanket, so the sausage in
Farmer sausage and just a dough, a very simple dough. And we have a bunch of printables, so we'll have the recipes included for all of these things. This is great for your son who wants hot dogs all the time, because this is a little bit of a variety, and you can freeze that and just pull out whatever you need.
You bet.
And then, if you want to make a sandwich a little more exciting, Coralee had a great idea.
We thought we could cut it with a cookie cutter because I have a kid that does not like crust at all, and we thought that she was getting bored, so we would try it with a cookie cutter. All right, here we go.
What about all this waste here? Let's not.
Oh, don't worry about that.
Let's not take that to waste. A little bit for Mom.
All right, and we've got our little bunny sandwich, so we thought that that would work just to create a little bit of fun in your lunch.
So cute. These little quiche you could make in muffin tins, or I have this little, these are for mini pies, but I thought they worked perfectly for the quiche, and it made 6 of them, and you can freeze them or just throw them in the fridge, and they're great.
I also love that they're a little bit bigger than a muffin.
Yeah,
because
so
this would fill me up.
It's more of a meal than the muffin tins. You could send a couple if you do the muffin tins, but with this, it's just one, toss it in there, and you're good to go.
I've also seen them with hamburger and a little pastry, like a cheeseburger cup. That would be
that's a good idea, yeah.
My boys would really love that.
All right, and then we're going to make some pinwheels and some pasta salad, just to show you how quick and simple those can be if you don't have anything prepared the night before and you need it in the morning. It's super simple. So we're just going to spread some cream cheese in there. I'm going to let Coralee do it because my finger's still a little not functional.
So depending on your kid, how much you would put on. Do we put it over the whole thing or just in the center?
I don't know. I would say the whole thing.
Okay, the whole thing it is.
Because you need that cream cheese when you're rolling it to stick everything together.
Ah, it's just like when you do a nice wrap on a taco to get it to stick.
Yeah, exactly.
We
like
use
burrito
refried
wrap
beans to do that.
And you could do, we're using herb and garlic cream cheese right now, but you could do just mayonnaise or Miracle Whip or just plain cream cheese, whatever your
budget allows.
Your budget allows and what your child likes, and then
convenience
it's kind
and time.
of sprinkling in whatever your child likes. Again, my son that doesn't like cheese will eat cheese in things like this. He just doesn't like slices of cheese, so we'll sprinkle some cheese in here.
Okay.
Because then that's family friendly for everybody. And then we have some cut up peppers.
Cool. Which you also could put in your quiche.
Yeah.
My son Zane came here last year and he loves peppers now. So he would take it as a cut up vegetable in his container. If you let him, he'll just grab one whole out of the cupboard and eat it.
Our kids, peppers are a favorite for our kids. And then just some broccoli.
Which could also work in your quiche.
Yeah.
Could also work up as your cut up vegetable.
Yeah. So you don't need to have every vegetable available in your fridge. Just pick a couple for the week and they work for these recipes. I'll let you roll that up and show us. I think we need a knife too.
Yes. The other thing that we like is to ask our kids what their favorite vegetable for the week is. So then they have some involvement in that vegetable and that they'll eat it.
Let's just move it onto here.
Yeah.
I'll give you that knife before I stab you.
Oh. And then you would just cut it to the place that how thick you'd like it.
And then as you do that, I can take them and arrange them on this plate.
Oh, they're cute.
Look how cute they are. Cute and colorful. Eat in color, that's what they say.
Perfect. Piece for Mom.
End piece, always the butt ends for Mom.
So our last main idea was pasta salad.
Yeah. So we just cooked up some pasta. You can pre-cook it, keep it in your fridge, and make this fresh in the mornings or in the evenings beforehand. So we have a little bit of just zesty Italian bottle dressing. Super simple. So we're going to toss that in here.
We tried to come up with 2 ideas because what if one kid likes creamy and one kid likes a vinaigrette?
And then we have a creamy one. And then again, you can use these cut up veggies that you had from the Pinwheels or the quiche, and just toss in, again, whatever your kid likes.
So this creamy dressing, we just use some herbs, we use some mayo.
Do you like cheese in your pasta
Sure.
salad?
We used some vinaigrette or like an oil, and then some garlic, and mixed it together, and it's delicious. So we're using these same vegetables that we used in the Pinwheels, so we've got multiple few ingredients in multiple dishes.
Making it easy to just stock a couple things in your fridge.
And create variety.
Yep. There we go. That's the beautiful Italian dressing one.
And
what
our
you
creamy.
got?
Good.
2 quick and easy pasta salads. So we have a few quick tips to make your mornings even easier. I love these Tupperware Fridge Smart containers. They come in a huge variety of sizes. When I get home from the grocery store, I will cut up everything and just throw them in these containers. So they're ready to go to pack lunches in the morning or for snacks for kids to throw on a plate. So you can do your carrots, your peppers, your cucumbers, broccoli, anything, cut that up. You can do...
I've got
I
one.
wanted to say strawberries. You can do strawberries, making sure you're putting your berries in here as well because they don't keep as well in those plastic containers that they come in.
I also take a dozen hard-boiled eggs a week at the beginning of the week and hard-boil them and then throw them in a container like this or just back in the carton, and that makes for quick, easy breakfasts or even lunches.
And then you can take those eggs and double a couple of them
Yep.
for the meal, and they're already ready to go. You don't have to hard boil things separately from that.
Exactly.
And if you want to cut up stuff like apples ahead of time, you can just do a simple lemon juice and water bath. I usually just eyeball about a tablespoon of lemon juice and water, and I just bathe my apples in there so they don't turn brown and they'll last a couple days, pre-cut up to make your mornings even more simple.
We have a fruit bowl on our counter that I just keep apples and bananas and oranges in it for easy grabbing for a quick snack or even just a whole one for in a lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are healthy options.
Quick and easy, that's the main key.
Okay. So we wanted to talk about wrap snacks for a second because usually you need something on the go or it's like a treat in their box for lunch.
And there's no guilt with having wrap snacks some of the time. Or all of the time, you do you. I'm not going to guilt anybody, but for my family, I want to give the fresh stuff for the most part, but also have the wrap stuff for when you have those busy mornings, when you just
Exactly.
don't have the time and you need something to grab because the kids need food. Sometimes the kids just need food.
Yep. And so we both look for nutritional things, not just fillers. So thinking about our food groups again, we both start with something like a yogurt drink or tube or even a...
Yogurt cup, which again, fit nicely. It's just like, I can show you that they fit nicely in these containers. That you can actually put them in here and close it up and snap it up. And it fits in there nice.
The other things we think about is something fruit, like a dried fruit or an applesauce, or my kids really love Welch's. We can thank the Fabric Snob for that, sending them in the fabric boxes. And then we would send either like a muffin or a homemade cookie or a granola bar, or
Yeah.
What's the one that you like? I haven't tried
Our
those.
kids really love these Made Good bars. They are soft baked mini red velvet cookies, and they have, I think they're gluten free and they're peanut free, so they're really great for school. And they're a little bit healthier than the traditional wrap snack. Still have sugar and stuff, like let's not kid ourselves.
Our school division doesn't let nuts, so that's a factor in when we buy wrap snacks. The other thing we look for is bulk, and we're far from the store, as well as feeding multiple kids and wanting to give a variety just to keep these stocked in our pantry.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to have our little sampler taste test everything for us, but don't forget to like and subscribe and join us for our next episode.
Bye!
Bye. The Lindsey Coralee Show.
The Lindsey Coralee Show, not long ago. We're vet techs now retired. The Lindsey Coralee Show, and now they go to what the F that they desire. The fabric snobs, but they're not snobs. Just fabric tends to rouse them.